Welcome to Album of the Week, episode 53, November 2023. So you'll have noticed that there was no episode last week for Album of the Week. That's because I had a family wedding to attend and I also had a pile of albums to review, and I wanted to make sure that there was no decline in the quantity or the quality, and therefore I wanted to prioritise the written word format, because essentially that's what I am first and foremost, a writer, a reviewer of music in the written word format. Anyway, for those of you new to this channel, here at Scream Blast Repeat, we bring you all things extreme metal, prog, and dark alternative. You can read our daily reviews at www.screamblastrepeat.com. As a reminder, our definition of Album of the Week means our favourite record from a short list of 8. Today, we review the sophomore album from New Jersey noise terrorists, End. Their new LP is called The Sin of Human Frailty, and they released it via closed casket activities on the 27th of October 2023. New Jersey supergroup End are famous for being yet another platform for metallic hardcore supremo Will Putney to unleash his love of chaos. Many of you will know him as the guitarist in Fit for an Autopsy. Others will recognise his role as a producer for the likes of Norma Jean, Knocked Loose, After the Burial, and Northlane. Fresh from writing and performing on the debut Better Lovers EP with Greg Puciato, he now turns his attention to a project that started in 2017. The group produced a full-length debut with Dillinger Escape Plan's Billy Reimer on the drum stool in 2020 and released a split record with Cult Leader last year. On the evidence here, End's sophomore album ought to shoot up the list of priorities for Mr. Putney. This is a masterclass in abrasive metal. Only one change in personnel defines album number 2, with the Acacia Strain's new drummer Matt Guglielmo taking the sticks. It's a daunting gig to take on, but the process of closing your eyes and hoping for the best appears to work wonders in the adrenaline obliteration of opener A Predator Yourself. Here, drop-tune riffs squelch through the mix like a sandstorm, crunchy guitar movements angle to scrape distorted shapes from their amps as Brendan Murphy seethes in righteous anger. Imagine Frontiera imported into the control room of Dillinger Escape Plan with screeches of feedback filling the gaps between the violent staccato motions. The aggression in Gaping Wounds of Earth pulsates in syncopated formation as temperamental blast beats rear their teeth like grizzly bears. Jay Pepito's bass is louder than a rumbling volcano. The breakdown at the end sounds like the cockpit of the Enola Gay after painting a mushroom cloud in the skies of Hiroshima. Those hoping to bring noise metal to life as a legitimate subgenre will latch onto the Sin of Human Frailty as a signature record. You can almost hear a hardcore song underneath the fortress exterior of the title track until the guitars lock into a chunky rhythm and then go out of their way to pull it apart again. We should be thankful that Robert De Niro's fictitious Travis Bickle character from Taxi Driver had no access to music like this in the New York of the 1970s. Thor is like Fear Factory fed through a mathcore blender. Debbie Goff of Harriet contributes a voice of equal hysteria to Murphy's in this track as square bass effects overload the mix in electronic hostility. The down-picking riffs will burst out of your chest rather than crack it from the outside. Putney's Fit for an Autopsy bandmate, Patrick Sheridan, described to Rob Flynn last year how he could not get out of his chair the first time he heard Meshuggah's New Millennium Cyanide Christ. The same thing will happen to you. Guitar riffs ache like open wounds exposed to the hostile chill of a Muscovite winter in embodiment of grief. The D-beats give it a hardcore feel, but the guitar noise is like sugar on a large dose of OxyContin. At no point does the stop button beckon. The action's just too intense to abort. Twice Devoured Kill is the most macho song on the album from the outside, but there's a strain of self-doubt running through the vocals. Long, non-repeating rhythms cling to arbitrary triplet patterns in desperation, like Afghan nationals eager to escape the Taliban on their last plane out of Kabul. It's a pleasure to hear Pig Destroyer's J.R. Hayes take to the microphone for an exercise in screaming self-flagellation. Do you want an experience that feels like a tank crew fighting its way out of a forest under the eyeline of a hostile B-52 bomber? Worthless is the Lamb will do that for you. Car Bomb come to mind, but it's full of Hell vocalist Dylan Walker who provides the extra muscle. The guitar and drums bludgeon like stomach turns in Hollow Urn. Picture an opioid addict turning to incantations to bring him a new fix. Clearly, Putney and fellow guitarist Greg Thomas had fun creating a tangle of offbeats for their drummer to navigate in this song. You simply cannot remove your headphones at any point during these 31 minutes of carnage. And ask a lot of you, and not always to your benefit. At times you'll need to put yourself in the shoes of a shell-shocked soldier from the First World War. Infest sounds like an overzealous carpenter testing a new power drill with the thought of his cheating wife's lover at the back of his mind. The chugging dyad chords clash like blood and vinegar in closing track, Leper. Monstrous open-string riffs thicken the water with tar. Fans of the latest album from progressive tech death outfit The Zenith Passage will recognize common ground here. We must hope this is not the end of End. Their brand of down-tuned mathcore is the type of noise terrorism the metal world needs right now. Those that perish during the band's audio assault will be in no fit state for an autopsy. And so, with no hesitation, we award this album a 9 out of 10. If you like this album, we recommend you check out the following records. Frontier's 2021 face-smashing studio effort, Oxidized. Vane FM's 2022 mathcore classic, This World Is Going to Ruin You. And 2023's A Biblical Worship of Violence by Teeth. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, and, more importantly, please visit our website at www.screamblastrepeat.com for the latest album and EP reviews from established, up-and-coming, and unsigned artists in the worlds of extreme metal, prog, and dark alternative.